What's up, YouTube? You turn into Malak News TV, and today's topic is coming straight out of, you already know, Uvalde, Texas, with the elementary school shooting. I had to take a little bit of time. I was watching a lot of the news about it and everything, and there was something that of the clip that I was watching that really did catch my eye, family. And I just want to discuss it with you guys. So, without further ado, let's get right into it.
Right now, let's go to Newsy National correspondent John Moan. He's in Uvalde tonight. John, the first question is always why? And in this case, why a school, second, third, fourth graders, pure innocence in a school?
Exactly why.
At this grade, I understand you've talked to some neighbors who live around the school. What they say?
Okay, so about 10 minutes ago, I spoke with a man across the way here. Says he knows this suspect's grandmother, who police say he shot. Said he knew her from family connections.
So let's pause right there. So the first thing that I caught is he's saying that he's met somebody who knows the grandmother and says he knows her through family connections, which already sounds a little suspicious to me, fam. He knows it through family connection. What in the world does that mean? On top of that, why is the person that knows the grandmother, why are they not being interviewed? Why are they not being talked to at all? We're just taking your word for what you said, that you spoke to somebody. So you spoke to somebody with no cameras on for you to go back in front of the camera just to tell them what this person said. That's usually not how media works. But let's continue.
He described a scene in which this young man, 18 years old, was reportedly, according to this neighbor, his name is Eduardo, I just spoke with Eduardo Trinidad, he said that the suspect was angry that he did not graduate, and he got into an argument.
First off, family, how in the world does this guy that's sitting across the street knows that the guy's upset about not graduating from high school and he's arguing with his grandmother? How in the world does he know that this is what's going on inside of that car? Is what I want to know. How in the world does he know the conversation and the argument of what was being said at that point in time? I'm saying, family, like, some of this stuff just isn't sounding right to me. But let's continue.
With the grandmother, and she was screaming, "He shot me, he shot me," and then got...
So then they claim that, so the guy heard them arguing. So I guess he must have heard them arguing about him not graduating from high school. So he probably said, "Oh, I didn't graduate high school," or obviously something so he knew that it was something high school, right? And then all of a sudden he hears his grandmother saying, "He shot me, he shot me." So Eduardo, or whatever his name is, he must have a silencer. Because he didn't say he heard gunshots. He didn't say how many shots he heard. Nobody said how many shots they heard him shoot the grandmother with. All thing he heard was, "Oh, he shot me, shot me." I've never seen a situation where somebody just heard, "Oh, he shot me," heard no gunshots at all. Unless this guy got a potato over his barrel or he has a silencer. And then another question I have too, fam, is why was this 18-year-old rolling around with his grandmother with two pistols on him? Just rolling around with his grandmother with two, not one, but two loaded guns on him. Let's continue.
I didn't zoom down the street. There was some kind of crash, according to Mr. Trinidad. The suspect got out. He had...
So who crashed? Who crashed? Who was... So they go from this guy standing here, listening to the conversation, listening to them arguing about him not graduating from high school. Then all of a sudden they go from there to driving all of a sudden now, and he crashes now. Okay? So I don't know who was driving the car. Was the grandmother driving the car and he shot the grandmother and the grandmother crashed? Or was he driving the car at the point in time, stopped, was arguing, and then started driving? Or shot the grandmother and then started driving? And then crashed. Like, this story is making zero sense to me, family. But I'm just saying it's not making no sense. Let's continue.
And then started engaging gunfire. From that point on, apparently, according to Mr. Trinidad, the suspect walks into the school, and unfortunately, the rest is history.
So, hold on. So then the guy crashes. So let me get the story straight. So then the guy crashes, family. The guy crashes, boom. He gets out of the car, so he crashes by the elementary school, to elementary school. I don't freaking know, but it's somewhere right around elementary school, right? So the guy crashes somewhere around elementary school, we'll just say, for argument's sake, he crashes somewhere around elementary school, right? He gets off the car. there's, I guess, school police standing outside the elementary school at the point in time that he starts shooting at. Bang, 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 bang. He's able to shoot at the police and then get inside the school. So for one, now we need to, if this story is true, we need to now question those police officers that was there, because how did you allow this man to get inside the school? Just like, how are these bodyguards let these people run up on stage to these comedians? I'm not understanding it. But nonetheless, so then he shoots out with the police outside, runs inside the school, and then starts, I guess, shooting inside the school, family. And then ends up killing, first they said 10 students, one teacher. Now it's just 3 adults, 18 students. Why is the numbers going up? Why did they not have all the numbers at first when they first put the news report out? Why is it changing now? And why did the officers not stop that suspect from getting inside that school? That is your job. You let him shoot out with you and then be able to run inside the school. And then I understand, man, because I got children in elementary school right now in the state of Texas. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure all the elementary schools in the state are like this, right? When you walk in the front, there's always going to be somebody standing there behind the desk, right? And they have a metal detector. And they have like these glass things with these doors, right? And they basically have to let you in. They have the little buzzer thing that unlocks the doors for you to get in. That's the only way you're going to get inside the school. So in real theory, he would have to not only have shot out with the cops outside the school, who obviously aren't trained enough in that field because they obviously couldn't kill the guy, right? Then he gets inside the school. You know what I'm saying? He gets inside the school. I don't even know how he got through the doors. He had to shoot the person in the front or something like that. Bow, bow, and then unlock the doors or something, walk inside and shoot at the teacher and then some of the other students. But family, if this is a real situation, it's a very sad situation for this to ever even happen. Elementary schools and schools, period. Just mass shootings at all. It doesn't really matter where it's at, but especially inside of a school, right? Or even elementary school. You 18 years old, going inside elementary school, shooting. For what? Because you didn't graduate. Like, I'm not trying to be funny, but El Rado, and especially this part of Texas that it happened at, Uvalde, which is like southwest of San Antonio, like getting very close to the Mexican border now, right? There was a lot of Mexicans out there, and it's not normal for a Mexican to want to commit suicide or get on suicide missions, I should say, because they didn't graduate high school. Then on top of that, he would have knew before right now if he's going to graduate or not. You would know at the end, because you already know if you have your man, I've been out of school for a while, I forgot what they called, but credits, there we go. But not having your credits. You understand? So family, to me, just at least the story of what I'm watching there on that news station, nothing adds up from him saying he's talking to the guy, because I don't understand how in the world the guy knows what in the world was being talked about inside that car. Who in the world was driving the car to have the accident? Why in the world did those police allow this guy literally just to shoot at them and then get inside the school? How did he can get through the front door of the school, but how did he get to the main access of the school? And then be able to go in there and then shoot them down. And at first, from what I was saying, very first on the news, that the guy wasn't even dead, but now the guy is dead. So, family, I don't know. Who knows, man? Who knows? If anybody is really there and really out there in Uvalde, Texas, and really knows what's really going on, and you really have somebody who's died or something like that, please drop a comment so I can clear this up. Be like, man, it's my fault. This was a real story. Because right now, something's smelling fishy. And I don't know about this one, family. I don't know about this one. But, hey, with that being said, hey, y'all check me out, man. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, man. Y'all keep messing with me, man. And always, man, hey, peace, one love, shalom, and I'm gone.